Oh baby, today on the channel from WWE Legends Series 17, we've got the ultimate Dingo Warrior.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Ultimate Warrior unboxing and review. And today we're taking a look at Legends Series 17, the Target exclusive Ultimate Dingo Warrior. But remember, for all your wrestling figure needs outside of Target exclusives, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. But today, fresh off a Target run, the Ultimate Warrior is in my hand, and I've been very excited to unbox this one. And who's fooling who? I'm always excited to unbox the Ultimate Warrior, as he is my favorite of all time, as most know that watch this channel here. But this is a special one, as this is super old school Ultimate Warrior, throwing it all the way back to 1986. Oh, 1986. And I don't know if you're like me, but when I think of 1986, I think of Topps baseball cards. Oh, yes. Quite the year for Topps baseball cards that year. Very, very iconic. Jose Canseco, Rookie of the Year. Quite the year for little Kyle, but even better year with the Ultimate Warrior debuting. And honestly, I didn't even know he was debuting in 1986. I didn't know about him until he became in the WWF at the time. But of course, went back, have seen this. Get me a Gary Hart to put with this Dingo Warrior. We'll be off to the races. But I'm very excited to add this to my collection. And I hope we can throw it back even more. We can get the Blade Runner's Ultimate Warrior. I would love to see that in the future as well. And I would love to see any more Ultimate Warriors. And it's been very quiet on the Ultimate Warrior front. What Ultimate Warrior figures will we get in 2023? I guess only Mattel can answer that at this point. Hopefully more. I know some of you guys are sick of them, but somebody like me, give me the more Warriors. I need more Warriors. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We got some special comparisons at the very end of this video as well. So let's check it out. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what all that ultimate fuss is about with this Ultimate Warrior. And there he is in the package. Looking a little bit more plain Jane, of course, than a later year's Warrior, but it is to be expected. It is a throwback. And I love the idea of a 2-in-1 figure. Always love it. I don't care if it's Baron Corbin or the Ultimate Warrior. I love it. I think it makes smart business sense. Make a lot of people buy multiples of these. And you know me, no Warrior left behind. So I need a mint on card one, and I need both representations loose in my collection. I don't know what I will do if he goes to clearance like some of the other ones. He goes down to $6. There's no way I can leave a $6 Ultimate Warrior or a Dingo Warrior on the shelf. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. I guess stay tuned to the figure hunts on that one. Ultimate Warrior right there, WWE logo, beautiful old school shot. True Effects, Elite Squad, of course, at the top there as well. Series 17, very cool window packaging there. You get extra hands, extra head, of course, the 2-in-1 aspect here. Obviously, the head that is on him, that is the selling point. Old school Warrior with a mustache you could set your watch to. In the 80s, especially the mid-80s, if you were a dude and you couldn't grow a good mustache, man, you were in big trouble. My dad, he had quite the push broom at the time, and whenever I close my eyes and I think of my dad, he still has that push broom, and he hasn't probably had it in like 20 years, but I always think of him with it for whatever reason. But it looks really good on Warrior. Something about mustache and a face paint, could that be beat? That's an unbeatable combo, I think. We need more face-painted wrestlers with mustaches. Oh, it would look good. It'd be good. Somebody needs to bring that back. Got the big cross-sell on the bottom here. Of course, we got Ken Shamrock. He is the Chase. Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles WCW version. We'll, of course, get around to unboxing all these on the channel. Then we'll unbox the Chase Ken Shamrock, and we'll rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. Spoiler alert, how could Warrior not be number one? But we'll see. We got to go through the motions. We got to go through it all. And Ken Shamrock is another all-time favorite of mine. He is right up on my Mount Rushmore, so Ken Shamrock's got a fighting chance in more ways than one. We'll see what happens with that. Big blurb for the Warrior. Let's see what it says about our old friend, the Warrior. Ultimate Warrior titles: WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion. An imposing figure debuted in the Dallas-based promotion WCCW, World Class Championship Wrestling, for those keeping track at home, in 1986. We already talked about the power in 1986. Kyle, I was rocking everything in 86. I was looking dapper. I was looking like a young figure hunter at the time. This face-painted powerhouse known as Dingo Warrior dominated the competition before blazing a road to the WWE. There he evolved into Ultimate Warrior, set a new standard for strength and perseverance, so true, and left a legacy as one of the most unforgettable WWE champions of all time. I agree with all that. No truer words have ever been spoken. I would say that right there with all confidence. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic prison time for Warrior. He is locked in at the hands. Makes sense. The power of the Warrior. He's tough to contain in the plastic prison, but there he is right there. We're going to try to get him out. Going to be a little difficult. Might have to go over the top side. We got one. We got two, and we've unleashed the power of the Warrior. It is here, alive at this table. Can I get him out? Can I get him out? There it is. Let's get these hands out. Oh, we got two sets of hands here. I'm here for that. That's the beauty, too. You get two different versions of the Warrior with the different heads. You get two different hands. Man, you're really making differences happen. Pop it out, and there it goes up high. See you later with the power of the Warrior. Twist ties over here. Put Warrior off to the side. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Always exciting for me when I get the Ultimate Warrior at the table. No different than 7-year-old Kyle. No different than old man Kyle that we're looking at here today. But let's look at these hands first. We do get the crazy Ultimate Warrior open hands. He's looking at his hands. He can't beat the Macho Man, but then he did, of course. But we get some of that going on. We saw that with his Ultimate Edition fairly recently. Get these again. They're starting to be the standard Ultimate Warrior hands, and I'm not the biggest fan of these hands. They're a little too bony. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Then we get two gripping hands, and of course the Ultimate Warrior, he's not messing around. He came with two fists of fury. Ultimate Fury. He's got those there. So choose your own hand adventure, as we always do say. But let's grab Warrior. Let's look at these heads really quick first. Let's start there, see what's going on, see what all the fuss is about. And oh yes, there is fuss, like I said. But man, oh man, do I love this head on this Warrior. The mustache is amazing. Very 1986, but it definitely is amazing. He's got a very interesting hairdo, almost Farrah Fawcett-esque. Very cool, very bouncy. Beautiful hair down to a beautiful mullet. You don't see the Warrior in a mullet very often, but here we are. Looking really, really good there. Love the face paint. It's very minimalistic. It's the very start of the Warrior, so it is very cool, but obviously not as iconic as pretty much everything else in the Warrior's face paint history. But boy, it looks good. It looks like Warrior from back in the day. Just a very, very cool head sculpt. And if I'm only buying one of these Warriors, let's say, this is the head sculpt I'm using all day. It is so different than the others, has to be done. But I do appreciate a second head sculpt because there's some people, let's be honest, they're crazy, but there are people out there that say, I just want the Ultimate Warrior. I don't need this Dingo Warrior business. It's before my time. Don't care about it. Let me tell you, I didn't say that, but somebody somewhere is saying that. I agree. So they can use this head. And this is an interesting one. This is a Warrior head we've seen numerous times. I always think of the defining moments from that Macho Man match when I look at this one. Got nice blackish, brownish hair on this. Got a very interesting face paint here. You got the Michigan Wolverine colors going on here. You got the blue and the yellow. Very interesting because it doesn't really match the rest of the colors on this Ultimate Warrior. And I'm not the best at matching my clothes, I'll be the first to admit. But this does look a little bit different. But we'll see what all the fuss is about. We'll see what's going on there. But let's take a look at this Ultimate Warrior. Let's see what's going on here. Let's go through the articulation first. How about, of course, head is going to be removable. Head goes all the way around. A little bit limited by that mullet. It's a tough mullet. It blocks the articulation, but he's got a lot of down look to him right here. Arms do, of course, go all the way around. Do get a bicep cut on there. Always love a good bicep cut. Double jointed, pinless elbows, playing all the hits. I'm here for that. Fists of Fury, of course, back and forth and removable. You get the black and the red wrist tape on him. You do get the nice flares here on the side. He does have this, and they are movable, like we've seen before with the Ultimate Warrior. So you can move these. If you want them running, you can have them flaring out. You can do anything like that. I remember getting the WWE or WWF shop back in the day. I might have even been at a live show. I got my own to wear, and I used to wear them around the house. Oh, what a time to be alive that was. But then we do get down to the ab crunch. A little bit of looseness in this ab crunch. I don't like that, but we do have that typical ab crunch. Waist articulation back and forth, of course. Can he do those Ultimate Warrior splits? A little bit. A little bit. He could do some of that if he needs to. Then we do get a thigh cut. Double jointed knees, but the knees are not pinless on this one for those keeping track at home. Wish they were, but they are not. You do got the down at the bottom too. You got a little bit of action, and you can also move these around just like the ones on the arms. A little bit off-centered on the legs. We do get a boot cut, ankles back and forth. I don't know, there's something up with my legs a little bit. Maybe it just needs to be straightened out, moved around a little bit. But it does look a little bit interesting. Feels a little interesting too. We do get the knee pads on him. These are different knee pads for an Ultimate Warrior for sure. Black with the white trim, looking really good. The tassels do move around. They are a little interesting though, but the tassels are really nice. Always appreciate tassels on my Ultimate Warrior figures. And then you do get the nice kind of cowboy, I don't even know what kind of boots you'd call these. I'm no boot expert. I might play one from time to time, but very different boots than the Ultimate Warrior would normally wear, especially back then. You get the little straps on the side, nice gray color, get the white soles throughout. Looking awesome though, looking really, really good here. I like what I'm seeing. I got no problems with this Ultimate Warrior, and like I said, not the most iconic version of the Ultimate Warrior, but still, for a hardcore Warrior collector, something we need, something that's different. And let's be honest, there's been so many Warriors, it's always great when you get something that feels totally different here. Does he fit on a Ringside Collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle, like I said, 10% you can save at Ringside Collectibles. Make sure you do get the Mattel stands. I'm going to pop this head off real quick. Pops off very easily. Going to pop this one on. Yeah, I tell you what, I got no grief with this head, but it just does not look the same on here. It just feels like it doesn't match. It feels like it just doesn't belong, but it also looks kind of like the Ultimate Warrior when he first did show up in the WWF back in the day. I'm trying to think if I remember his first time I saw Warrior. I don't even know. It was probably against a jobber of some sorts, and he really came and won my heart over when he did feud with Hercules back in the day. I think that's when I first really became an Ultimate Warrior lover as a little kid. But man, oh man, is this cool. I love this. I'm all in on this. Of course, I am biased, and every once in a while you'll have a Boss Rutan, a Ken Shamrock, a Terry Funk, an Ultimate Warrior review that's going to be fairly biased from me. Make no apologies for it. But I love the Ultimate Warrior right here. Of course, we got to do some comparisons. And if we're going back to World Class Championship Wrestling, we're taking it all the way back to 1986. We're grabbing Willie Whalen and the boys while we're down in Texas. We're also going to grab the Von Erichs. And these guys are pretty pricey these days, as we do know. We got Kevin, we got Kerry, we got the Von Erich boys. Ultimate Warrior, who would have thought Kerry and the Ultimate Warrior would cross paths as the Texas Tornado and the Ultimate Warrior in the WWF back in the day. Never forget the Survivor Series team with LOD. I basically exploded that time when they all teamed up. I could not believe it. My little heart in my chest was beating so fast. It was like an epic explosion. The world could never get any better from that. Still the most iconic Survivor Series team of all time for me. But very cool to get a little world-class representation. Makes me think I might need another Warrior. I can get Michael P.S. Hayes over here, get these two, put Warrior, and then get another Warrior for my Warrior collection over here. No Warrior left behind. I think I'll be having a few more of these Warriors in my collection before things are all said and done. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? What's your thought on the old Dingo Warrior? Are you picking it up because it's so different, or is this an easy pass for you? I understand some of you guys. I really don't, but I pretend to. I understand he's not going to be for everybody, and that's the way it goes. Not everything is for everybody, but let me know your thoughts on the Dingo Warrior in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Always helps the channel, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we got the rest of the Legends to unbox. We've got Elite Series 100. We've got a lot of stuff coming here to the channel fairly soon. You don't want to miss a video, so make sure you do subscribe. Don't forget about the Patreon channel where you can get early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, Q&As, giveaways, you name it, and best of all, you do support the channel. You can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget to follow along and hit me up on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So, for the Dingo Warrior, I'm Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.